So here's what today's video is all about. The October Centrelink pension law that's about to roll out, the confirmed increases, and the crucial date when payments begin. For pensioners, this isn't just a policy change, it's a lifeline. We'll cover how much extra you can expect depending on whether you're single or part of a couple, why this law is different from the usual March and September adjustments, and what it actually means for your day-to-day budget. This matters right now because bills aren't waiting. Food, rent, and power costs keep rising, and many pensioners are already stretched to the limit. Knowing the exact date and amount can help you plan ahead. And that's why you need this update today. But first, let me ask you something. If your Centrelink pension went up by an extra $40 or $60 a fortnight, would it actually ease the pressure on your household budget? Or would it just vanish on bills before you even notice? What's your gut feeling? If updates like this help you stay one step ahead, knowing when laws change, how much extra you'll get, and the exact dates, then hit that subscribe button. That way, you'll never be caught off guard when Centrelink makes its next move. To understand why this October change is such a big deal, let's step back for a moment. Normally, pension rates in Australia are reviewed twice a year, in March and September. These adjustments are tied to inflation and wages, but here's the catch. They often arrive too late and feel too small compared to how fast the cost of living is climbing. Think back over the past couple of years. Prices for essentials like groceries, rent, fuel, and electricity have skyrocketed. Yet when the increases came, they often added just a few dollars a week, barely enough to cover a loaf of bread and a liter of milk. For many pensioners, that created an impossible choice. Cut back on heating, skip meals, or delay filling prescriptions. That's why this October stands out. A specific law has been pushed forward, breaking the usual cycle. Instead of waiting for March, pensioners will see an adjustment in October, and the confirmed amounts are larger than usual. For once, it's not just indexation catching up. It's the government acknowledging that people can't wait another 6 months for relief. And here's the real hook. The figures revealed aren't just symbolic. They're significant enough to change how some households manage their fortnightly budget. Which brings us to the fresh updates and the exact stakes for you. Now let's get into the heart of it, the October update itself. The government has confirmed that from this date in October, pension payments will officially rise under the new law. And the numbers are finally clear. For single pensioners, the base rate is set to increase by around $30 to $40 a fortnight, depending on individual circumstances. For couples, it means a combined boost of roughly $50 to $60 a fortnight. That might not sound life-changing in isolation, but when you put it against everyday costs, that's one full grocery trip covered, or part of an electricity bill eased. Compared to past adjustments, these amounts are noticeably higher. In previous years, some increases were as low as $10 to $15 a fortnight, which barely registered in people's budgets. This October boost is larger because it's been shaped not only by inflation, but also by direct legislative action. But here's why it matters even more: the timing. Bills aren't waiting until March. Rent increases, fuel prices, and supermarket spikes are happening now. So, this October rise lands at a moment when pensioners desperately need breathing space. Still, there's a question hanging in the air. Will it be enough to truly make a difference, or will inflation swallow it up before you even notice? Let's pause here and think about what that looks like in real households. If your pension went up by $40 or $60 a fortnight, how would it play out in your own home? Would it finally cover a week's worth of groceries, or would it disappear instantly on rent or electricity? I'd love to know what part of your budget feels the tightest right now. Not everyone is celebrating this October change. Some economists and welfare advocates argue that the increase, while bigger than usual, is still not enough to match the real pace of inflation. When groceries have gone up by 10 to 12% in a year, and rents in many suburbs are climbing by hundreds of dollars a month, An extra $40 or $60 quickly feels like a drop in the ocean. Others warn that these boosts come with long-term questions. How sustainable is it for the government to keep funding higher pensions if costs keep spiraling? Some critics suggest that without structural reforms, like affordable housing or energy relief, pension increases will always feel like chasing a moving target. So the real focus shifts to the future. What happens after this October law takes effect? So what happens after October? That's the question on everyone's mind. While this new law delivers an immediate boost, it's not the final chapter. Pension rates will still undergo their regular review in March next year, meaning another potential adjustment is already on the horizon. For pensioners, that could mean 2 increases within a 6-month window, something that doesn't happen often. But the stakes are high. Inflation hasn't slowed the way many hoped. Energy prices are tipped to spike again over summer, and rental markets remain brutal. If costs continue to climb, even this October boost could feel outdated by early next year. That's why welfare groups are pressing the government to link pensions more directly to real-world living costs like groceries, housing, and power bills. Politically, October is also a test. Pensioners make up a powerful voting bloc, and the government knows that every dollar, or lack of it, leaves an impression. If this increase provides genuine relief, it could build trust. If it falls flat, pressure will mount for larger reforms. The bottom line, this October law isn't just about a one-time increase. It's a signal of how the government plans to handle cost of living pressures moving forward. And the next scheduled review could bring even bigger surprises. Before we close, let's reflect on a bigger question about how pensions should really work. Do you think pension increases should automatically track the real rise in essentials, like rent and groceries, instead of waiting for government reviews and new laws? In other words, should your payments grow at the same pace as your bills? Yes or no? Drop your honest view. This October law isn't just about a few extra dollars. It's about the real choices people face every single day. Whether to keep the lights on, buy fresh food, or pay for vital medicine. For too many Australians, the pension has felt like it's been shrinking while the cost of living keeps exploding. This increase is one step toward balance, but the fight isn't over. That's why staying informed matters so much. Every change, every law, every new announcement affects your pocket directly. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and share it with friends or family who rely on Centrelink too. Together, we can make sure no one misses the updates that could make life just a little easier. And finally, thank you for watching. Remember, this isn't just about money. It's about dignity, peace of mind, and the hope that tomorrow might feel a little lighter. Stay tuned, because the next wave of changes might be even closer than you think.